revolution will not be televised. The revolution is now.
Thank you so much. There we go. That's him right here.
Pushing the Bay TV, you know what it is. 2009 EA Sports Madden Palooza. Got a big record on there with good Charlotte called Workin. Pushing the Bay, you get it. Oh, the homies, oh, you know the hood is in the house. You know we gonna keep it pushing. Ooh, no, you get it. Yeah, you get it.
Now you go to New York, they got gang, they got Crips and Bloods out there. They got. How do you feel about cats who represent what was invented, what is natural to you here in LA, in a sense, in other places like Crips or Bloods, and they even got them in the Bay now.
That's ridiculous.
How do you?
Well, me personally, the answer to that is that for the personal people I know, who I know and they know me and they know what it is, they knew what I was claiming that's tattooed on my body and still is on me. And even though I've matured on some grown man shit, I'm disappointed in people as men, especially us as black men, especially any cat from the Bay who wasn't trying to act like he was banging 10 years ago or 15 years ago. What are you doing now? Because some of the cats I see who I heard that was banging was running from me when they saw me back then, me and my homies.
Right.
I mean, I remember, I think, Messy Marv, I tripped when I heard about him banging,
he's
I ain't heard.
now,
I ain't heard.
From what I understand, Juice, we just did an interview with Juice.
Juice was the homie. Juice, the first one that took me to Hunters Point. I drove through Hunters Point before, and he took me over to introduce me to Nate, weed, and all that. Juice is cool. I remember he kicked it with a couple of me and the homies, so it's disappointing if I even heard that they was, but you can't, to each his own, every man gonna do what they want to do, but if they come to LA, we gonna look at them strange. You know what I mean? And Marv, I remember when I seen Marv was cool, but the first time I seen Marv Frisco, he ran from me and my homie Battle. We came in with khakis and blue chucks and, you know what I mean, trued up, and, you know, we was rips in the Bay. Fresh from South LA, and we came out there. I remember he broke. He ran, and I remember saying, I asked my producer, because we had the same producer, the Oakland Raiders Secret Service. I said, why did Lil Cuz run? You know what I'm saying? He was like, he heard a lot of shit about Crips. You know what I'm saying? His peoples or whatever was 4 and 5s or whatever, or his people just Bay, and he heard bad shit that Crips was just scandalous and I fucked you up and all that. And I came there humble with good energy coming to the Bay to make good music. So I really looked down. I was disappointed in the little dude for running. Then later I saw him at I think at a club called Jeffrey's in Oakland. He was like, hey homie, he had a suit on. He looked like he was maturing. So when I heard, I think his cousin was working at QD3 spot, was telling me like, yeah, that's my cousin and he on some blood. I was like, what? That's some wannabe shit. That's some sucker shit. If you ask my opinion, this ain't just to talk down on Marv, because whatever he doing, success to you and Juice with what you doing. But I see it. I don't respect it. It just is what it is. Me personally, and, you know what I mean. Whoever banging, come to LA with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come to LA. Like, this is the head of the snake over here. And if you come to LA, know if you banging something, make it back to the Mecca. Like Malcolm X traveled to Mecca. You know what I mean? And learn what he learned. Don't claim something. Don't get put on OT somewhere else. Then come back and want to come to LA. Then I have a little bit more respect for you. Straight up, if you do come and get put on in the blood hood and come put in some work, you would think that brothers like that would be on some grown man shit now, because you know what I mean.
And you know what the trip is? I found like when LA niggas came to the Bay, they had a lot of respect for the Bay because we was on our own time. We was doing our,
because niggas wasn't on some suck ass wanna be Crip and Blood. And I remember Sally Sell said in this record, we don't gang bang, but set tripping is the same thing. We respect that. It was like me and Drew Down did a record on my old album, which you was on, called Put That on Something, and Drew say, I say something about I'll charge you and get us 100 sack, and he say, nigga, you a pimp? I say, nah, I'm a rip with Mac and Tactics. Cause havoc on the mattress, now we shopping with a plastic. Sky's the limit. What can I say? I guess I'm gifted.
That was years ago. That was okay. That brings me to this other question. Okay. That was when you, yeah, man.
Y'all the wanna be gang banging, because my thing is, if you're gang banging and you a Blood or Crip, what hood are you from and where's your hood at? And what nigga, as a black man, we supposed to be going forward, because I got dead homies tattooed all over my body. Dead homies all over me from gang banging, and we take that very serious. To me, my whole hood move with me because I'm on some positive. If I say right now, I'm looking for my G's and Ray Love over here, everybody come to the studio, the hood finna be here as fast as they can get here. Fast as they can get here. And the thing is, I would never, for real, and now they've really put me in a different position now with my homies, my G homies. It's like the hood on your shoulders. helps take us to the next level. So it's pressure in a good way, but as a man and as a grown man and as a black man, we need to change the way America looks at us, and that's my goal. And for anybody to be claiming some blood and Crip shit and they not official with it, and you claiming Crip or you claiming Red Rag and you're not official, you look like a sucker to grown men, to other grown men who bloods and other grown men who rips like myself. You look like hoes. And other cats that look like that to me is Baby and Lil Wayne. And this ain't to sit up here to knock nobody's success, much success. You know what I mean? Like I love any brothers who made it about the game of success, but any extra metrosexual homosexuality, I'm not with it. Anybody who with that, do that thing. So all the kissing and any other thing, that's not respected by real men and real G's. Yeah. So any fake gangbanging, I don't respect it. It just is what it is, and none of my homies respect it. So I would tell anybody else who was in the Bay gangbanging, if they hit LA, they might have some problems.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you, when you
if they leave Hollywood. You did? For real, for real.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, look.
You get it.
All right, we off of that now. We on some other shit.
And niggas can't be mad, because niggas telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get off it, but niggas can't be mad. You niggas know, niggas look stupid, talking about you some bloods, nigga. You don't want to gangbang. You don't want to kill nobody, nigga. What you really want to do, nigga, is eat off some rap money, nigga. Enjoy the beautiful Bay. Drive across the Golden Gate and the Bay Bridge, nigga, and puff with a blunt in your mouth, nigga. And make sure your mama's straight and your family straight, and you want to be safe as possible. Ain't nobody trying to be fighting no cases. Who you gangbanging on in the Bay? If you a Crip or a Blood, who your enemies? Cause ain't no hoes barred. I'ma serve it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I ain't on nobody. I'm far from a hater, man. I'ma congratulate her, man. You know what I'm saying? I was raised up to be that way. I don't got a hate bone in my body. I remember being little and motherfuckers would see a car drive past and it'd be a D-boy or be a Mac or something. And somebody drive past, he'd be in a caddy or Benz, like, ooh. And you see every so often you could tell out of the crowd who was a hater, cause they'd be like, fuck him, and we'd be like, ooh, he clowning. You see them rim 20s wasn't even out yet. We was like, ooh, he on some 18s, they clowning. I'm gonna get that. Woo, woo, woo. And it's motivating. So if we see any brother, regardless of who it is, if it is somebody fake gangbanging, we love you. I do for the success and for us as people and black men. But for the sucker shit, can't respect it because you taking it back and you lying to the children.
Okay, that's like that must be a bit of a pet peeve for you. Sound like, right? Yeah. How did you feel the first time? It's a little bit off of outside of the Bay, but it also affects California, so it affects the Bay. How did you feel when you first went to New York and you saw Bloods?
Well, you know, the funny thing is, I remember going in '98, and I left my hood, 83rd and Hooper on the east side, South Central, and I flew to New York. And it was a fish out of water. It was a trip. Then I became a fish in water very fast. And I remember hearing some DMX records and some other records, and I didn't care for it at first, but being amongst the community in Brooklyn, walking through Manhattan, but really Brooklyn, I really learned to understand the culture. So I remember being in Crown Heights, and I was buying Fonto Leaf from some brothers over there, and some chocolate tie. And Fonto Leaf is like Mall Smoke, like Mall Smoke, the backwoods. Well, these are the original backwoods, but the Fonta Leaf, you buy a big leaf and you rip it off. So I was going to Crown Heights and I was learning about brownstones, hanging with these girls at the brownstones, and I was getting pounds of buzz sent down from the Bay, and I was hustling. So what I remember sending 2 pounds of chronic down and 3 pounds of stress. They didn't know what stress was because it looked like they chocolate tie, so it was green. They was like, that's that Cali chronic. And as much as I could have bullshit, I remember telling them, nah, brother, this ain't chronic. This is bullshit. This bullshit stress. Now this is the chronic in this pocket. So, you know, but I remember being in Crown Heights, and which is an area I think that might be want to be red ragged out around there. I remember seeing like 10 cats on the corner with flamed up, and I remember having some blue Jordans on. I was in the gym a lot. Little tats were sticking out. I was swollen, a slingshot. You could tell I had blue rubber bands in my head. They was looking at me like, who the fuck is this nigga? So I remember the girl I was around, she said, you know these dudes think they bloods. I was like, you lying. I remember I got on the phone and one time I didn't have my cell with me. I got on the phone, called my homie Lil Foot's like, hey, cuz, I'm in New York, cuz. He like, yeah, I'm like, it's some wannabe ass, fake ass red rags over here. And the niggas heard me talking. They was so, they admired me so much and was so impressed at that time. They was ready to be Crips. They just wanted something to belong. And the thing is, when we talk about getting to New York, I look down on it off the top. First of all, there's real men wherever you go. If you in a small city, I remember talking to people about Fairfield, and they didn't know. I met some people from Fairfield the other day at the Madden party. They was like, you know about Fairfield? I was like, yeah, and a lot of people in the Bay diss Fairfield, and I used to record out there, and I know there's killers wherever you go. It ain't just killers in the O, Rosa, or Frisco, or Richmond, and the Rich, and the Manor, the North, everything else. It's killers wherever you go. Men is gonna be men.
Seen it, made it, fruition. I came from Section 8 living